in Mount Kenya who are Kenyans. Hyenas are found in national parks there. So we should all be people who see each other as fellow Kenyans and not describe one another like that. So let us, my colleague, I know you are among my best friends. Let us also see some things and give credit where it deserves. Sorry, sometimes I stammer.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much, guys, for your great support. Happy Monday. Today is 27th. We are almost coming to the end of July, and I know that things have been happening in our political space, in our social space, and we have to talk about these things, the way they are happening. What are we supposed to do to make sure that, you know, we don't, the things that are happening or the things that have happened, they don't reoccur. And we have to spot out even the leaders that are responsible for these things. Today in the morning, I was listening to Daybreak. And it happened that Honorable Me, that is the acting SG of ODM, was on Citizen TV being interviewed by Ayub, and Kibagendi was also there. You know, before we get deeper into this discussion, there is a question that I normally ask. At which criteria is normally being used by the Citizen TV to select the panelists? Because you find out that sometimes watu wanachagua watu ambao like literally in the morning kulikuwa na Honorable Me, kulikuwa na Kibagendi. Those are the people that I want us to focus on. Let's talk about Kibagendi. Kibagendi akiwa Kisii, Kibagendi is supporting Matiang'i. Akitoka Kisii is supporting Sifuna. Honorable Me naye hata jielewi. So I really don't know. As we get into this discussion, can you think about that, fellow Kenyans, and tell me kwa nini hao watu wako hivyo? Mtu akiwa ndani, akiwa mahali anasema ongelo. So that is that not political conmanship? And I want you to listen first to somebody that was replaced, or somebody that replaced Edwin Sifuna as the SG of ODM.
Let us also be responsible that whoever is watching us can also borrow some things, not that kind of a toxic tongue that only leaves Kenyans poisonous, wanting to go at each other's throat. ODM is the most popular party in Kenya and the biggest. Saying that it has no follower, even if it was one remaining, I'm here. So I don't know why we are so bitter. I want to ask my colleague, Honorable Kibagendi, which party do you belong to? Because I'm seated here as the SG of the party, and I can check records. He is one of them. So if he left with a few others, that's okay. It's their democratic right. But you don't go flying closer to the sun, just thumping like that. You might need a landing someday. You know, that's how my mom always tells me. I want to say categorically that I have no problem with them going on with whatever they want to come up with. But as we stay in broad-based, we are about fixing the nation. We want to fix where we might have not got it right as a nation. But it's not like we are in a political football match, competing just to win. Win what? We want to fix this nation. So that is the direction we should be taking, rather than calling each other names, tearing each other names for 1.5 hours here, then we go home. Because if it is that, some of us are very good at that. But I don't want to be a hothead like him. I just want to be this calm person who sees the nation first and asks myself, I have this opportunity as a leader. What am I supposed to do for my nation? Okay. It is a curse to be ungrateful. Mount Kenya is part of Kenya, and the president serves everybody without discrimination. We have had high-ranking appointments in that region And if anybody gave you such a position as an individual who comes from a certain region, it is upon you to also make sure that your people do not suffer, do not starve, do not complain. So all the appointments that we all know that went to that region, those leaders must be accountable. What did they do when they were bestowed authority to do what they were supposed to do? Two, I don't think when development happens, Mount Kenya is left out. In fact, they are the biggest beneficiaries. We only have a few disgruntled leaders who feel isolated in that region. It is always either their way or the highway. So they want to mislead people from that region that the broad-based government is bad, is evil, is discriminating them. Whatever I've heard of the hyena, no, we have people in Mount Kenya who are Kenyans. Hyenas are found in national parks there. So we should all be people who see each other as fellow Kenyans and not describe one another like that. So let us, my colleague, I know you are among my best friends, let us also see some things and give credit where it deserves. Sorry, sometimes I stammer. Let us not take that route of just demonizing everything, but accept that something is actually happening. It is not difficult to defend the government. It is so easy by showing your people that this tarmac, this hospital, this factory. Just recently I watched the farmers, coffee farmers, benefiting from the CS Oparanya. He was there, and the deputy president was also there. And the speeches were very good. I thought that was Mount Kenya, or what was I watching? So I don't...
Can I respond?
Now, I want us to discuss those statements. Number one, you've heard Catherine Omanyo saying that they are not in competition, that they are not competing for any position. They want to fix the nation. I want to ask a question. You are talking about not wanting any position, like you're focusing on how to fix the nation, right? It is not bad to fix the nation. The question is this: how prepared are you to fix this nation? Because there must be some preparations here and there that maybe you put in place to fix this nation. If you're not in competition, then why are you holding rallies? Because I know very well that those who are in competition, those ones position are the ones that are holding rallies. So why are you holding any rally if you're not in competition, if you're not competing for any position? Tell us why you're holding these rallies. You're holding a rally. Sifuna was in Western. You also went to Western. So what did you go to do? You went to counterattack Edwin Sifuna in Western automatically. And then you are coming on a national TV, you are telling us that you are not in competition. You are not in competition. Gladys Wanga is working on how she can become the deputy president. Oburu Odinga wants power. So you want to tell us that you want power, yet you don't want any position. And we should be aiming at fixing the nation rather than tearing each other. And because we are not in football match. You are the people who decided to tear Edwin Sifuna. You teared Edwin Sifuna apart. But we really thank God for what you did. You tearing Edwin Sifuna apart made that man. Really made Edwin Sifuna. Another thing that I've heard her saying is that it's like, I don't know. You know, I'm really trying to wonder. I've been trying to wonder this person. You are saying that... You're trying to insult people like Kibagendi, that they are still members of ODM. Yes, they are members of ODM because they've not resigned from ODM. But will ODM help them? You know, this is one thing I'm certain at. That yes, you're saying that ODM is the largest, is the most popular political party. It has been in space for over 20 years. We accept that. But right now, let us say the truth. Linda Mwananchi is more popular. Is popular than ODM, is popular than UDA. Even hata tunasema is popular than DCP. Tuseme tu kweli. You know what? I want us to reason here this way. Nataka tuangalie hizi party tatu. I want us to look at ODM. I want us to look at Linda Mwananchi. I want us to look at DCP and also the UDA. Let's start with ODM. Right now, what is the greatest focus ya watu wa ODM? They want to fix the nation, sindio? Now, in that process of wanting to fix the nation, they are in the government. They are in the government. They are putting their mentality based on the tribalism. Like, leadership ikue kwa Luoland. Awako kwa ile, angalia viongozi ambao waangalia viongozi wa ODM sahi. Just tell me who is strong when ako kwa si Mjaluo ama nini. Let us just say the truth. I'm talking about the most yapping people in ODM. The most yapping folks in ODM are from Luoland. So it means that wanaona kwamba ODM was meant for only Luos. So focus ya ODM right now ni kwa Jaluo, ni ya Wajaluo. Hata naona supporters wao wengi wanasema kwamba ni Wajaluo, wanasema kwamba Sifuna aende atuachie party yetu. Kaluma, Junet, Sinani, tuachie party yetu. Mliwachua party yenu. Aya, tuangalie UDA. UDA focuses on the lies, on lying to the people, lying to everybody. You can't really say that UDA sio chama cha Wakalenjin peke yake ni nini, but UDA, yes, is a ruling party, but it is not ni ile tu wako na strength because they are ruling party na imejaa watu wa uongo. Let's go to DCP. DCP is a party based on ethnicity. Tuelewane. Is a party that was made based on ethnicity. Watu wangu, watu wetu, Mlima Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua is focusing on DCP being mountainous party, being the party of the mountain. So there's no big difference between DCP and ODM. Ukijaribu kuangalia hata jinsi ambavyo watu wa DCP wanaongea, unaona kama watu wanaongea this party belongs to them. Like literally there is no any other person, there is nobody else apart from, you see, something like that. But then let's try and look at this other party that is the Linda Mwananchi. Ukijaribu kuangalia Linda Mwananchi, you'll realize one thing, that Linda Mwananchi hakuna pale ambapo wanaongea sisi ni watu wa West, Waluya, sisi ni Wajaluo. And they've given everybody room to express themselves. Wamepea kila mtu room. You can be in Linda Mwananchi. You can walk with them. You see? So, angalia Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, James Orengo, Kibagendi, Otsotsi, wako wengi tu. Those who are Faith Odhiambo, Pauline Njoroge. So wale watu wenye wanasema kwamba wako hapo, they are not really Luos alone, they are not Luyas alone, they are not Kambas alone, because Wakamba pia wako hapo. Wako mixed up. And their focus, they are not focusing on sijui chama ni yetu. No. Kuna vitu ambavyo, there are a lot of, I think there are several things. There are different and several things that they are looking at and they are doing, which is right, which is completely okay and very right. And I think you can't change it from them. That is the reality. It can't really be changed. It is them. Yani ni kama, I don't know, I really don't know how to say it. But I really love the energy that Linda Mwananchi has. I think hata wewe mwenyewe utakubaliana na mimi kwamba right now the most popular party that we have right now is Linda Mwananchi. Wewe angalia ile mkutano yenye ilikuwa Western. Organic meeting. Angalia mikutano ambayo watu wanafanya. Angalia DCP. DCP SP iko na organic. But unaona ukijaribu kuangalia unaona kuna wale watu pia ambao makofia, manguo, nini, that one is aside. Angalia Western. Just look at the meeting that was in Western yesterday. The past 2 days. Alafu taniambia. Angalia ile meeting yenye Ruto alikuwa nayo same Western, Teso. Alafu kuja uangalie meeting ya ODM. What does that one tell you? No, hiyo inakuonyesha nini? Anyway, that is just my thought. I was just looking at different ways because Omanyo said that ODM right now, ODM is the most popular party. So I was just like, yes, you're popular, but what are you doing with your popularity? Is your popularity going to help? Is it going to help to fix this nation, or is it just helping to yap? You're just yapping here and there. Let me know what you think at the comment section, Kenyans, concerning that. And I really love also Kibagendi's response. When Kibagendi was asked a question, Kibagendi was saying that, let me show you what Kibagendi said. Kibagendi was talked about the projects that are being done and taken by the President, William Ruto, where he was saying that the projects are not focusing on the well-being of Kenyans. And people should really focus on affordable and accessible healthcare for people.
Yeah.
But you said that this is all about money on the part of the presidency.
Yeah.
But
for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But factually, it's when the Prime Minister was alive, the late Prime Minister, that this union was born with the president. So it's not a union that was born after his death.
Yeah, it was born purely to stabilize the country. You remember the revolution of the Gen Zs in June 25 of 2024? That is why Baba got into government, to purely stabilize. But now the ideals of ODM, the principles of ODM, they've been shelved. These people are living on borrowed values. They line up in State House to pick up money for weekend rallies and weekend empowerment programs. But that aside, I heard my brother here, Bigambo, talk about, Governor Orengo is an absentee governor. Governor Orengo every week is in his county doing his stuff. At his age, in his 70s, he's able to actually do the job he's supposed to do and politic. Just like every other governor, he is blind because he can't see these other governors who are constantly singing two-term and supporting William Ruto, and they are underperformers. Governor Baraza, the governor from Busia, and even the governor of Lusaka, who bought wheelbarrows for huge amounts of money. We know these governors and whatever they do out there. Number two, Bigambo, you can't tell us that Sifuna has not received endorsements from leaders in Western Kenya. Musikari Kombo endorsed Sifuna. Mzee Awori, at his age, has endorsed Sifuna. Amos Wako endorsed Sifuna. Fred Gumo has endorsed Sifuna. Bufoli Wakuli has endorsed Sifuna. Wamunyinyi has endorsed Sifuna. Ambwere from Vihiga has endorsed Sifuna. Who else do you want? Wetangula. Wetangula is finished. They are vanquished. Wetangula and Budavadi are finished. They have no opportunity to get up again. And I wonder why William Ruto needs them. That is why you see Wetangula is busy in the rest of the country, but can't do anything in Bungoma and Western. Look here. We had a by-election in Moses Wetangula's ward where he votes. We crushed him with the support of Honorable Majimbo Kalasinga, Jack Wamboka, and our team in Linda Mwananchi. So you cannot tell us that Sifuna needs certain endorsements to get there. And number two, we are in a different political dispensation where things are not done traditionally like he thinks. He thinks like William Ruto. William Ruto still thinks tribes. We are thinking differently as a generation. While we think about regions, we also think about various demographics, generations, professionals. William Ruto has lost everything he started with. The pillars that put William Ruto in power, number one is issues to do with the church. Number two, the major ethnic bases. Number three, hustlers. Number four, professionals. Number five, goodwill of the international community. He has lost all that. Secondly, now, what does he have as pillars? He has State violence, we saw it in Olkalau and various other places. Number two, looted funds that he uses to bribe, particularly ODM, because you can see the way they are behaving. I saw yesterday one member that I respect so much, our whip, our minority leader, Honorable Junet Mohammed, laughing at the house that Honorable Sifuna has built. This is an honest man. He doesn't need to build a bungalow with looted funds. He built a modest house, and for me that is an extremely decent house for a senator. So it is distasteful for leaders to start looking at others from the lenses of how much money they have and what value of properties they actually have. Since 2023, first, Honorable Wandeto, you need to know, like the description you gave of my brother Javas is the exact thing I would say about him. Smart young man, wonderful friend. By the way, he's my personal friend, and we've come a long way. But he has to put food on the table. So he has to do what he has to do. Now, secondly, I want to first tell my brother Javas, you are lying live on TV. The numbers of university intake have dropped significantly. The same in TVETs. TVETs don't get capitation money. For the past 2 years, they have not gotten capitation money. So the numbers have dropped. So you need to do research. I've been sitting in the PIC committee before I was rudely chased from that committee. So the numbers of young people joining universities and TVETs have dropped. And what Honorable Wandeto wanted to talk about the TVET in his constituency and in mine is about capitation. Money does not come to those colleges. Number two, the issue of Nyota. It is not 820,000 people. It is less than 200,000 people. The first phase was 90,000 and the second phase, I think around the same number. Yeah, so it is a wonderful opportunity for young people to do business, but not well thought through. The initial plan, and again, this can be done by anybody. It is not William Ruto. It is a World Bank program. And focus here was initially to finance skills. If you're a plumber, you get some startup capital. If you're a welder, you get some startup capital like that. But William Ruto messed it up because he wants to do populist politics. He's spoken about employment of teachers, which we appreciate. But do you know it was not done in the way it is supposed to be done? Members of parliament associated with William Ruto, those who have intimate associations with him, were dishing letters left, right, and center, employment letters. It was not properly done. My sub-county, on Wandeto sub-county, did not get the numbers they were supposed to get. Yes, we got something small, but that is not what was supposed to come to our sub-county.
How much were you supposed to get?
There are seasons we are supposed to get like 56 employment opportunities. We get like 29. Okay. Yeah, these other ones are used to bribe people. Now, defending government is like a broken record. That is why he has to keep repeating about the fertilizer, the employment, the mjengo young people, you know, as if everybody else has done building and construction. What about the people in ICT? What about people who studied economics? What about, you know, you need to get out of that. Everybody in Kenya, every young person in Kenya is not a mjengo person, and we need to realize that. The other thing we need to talk about is that, you know, political competition is not a suitability contest. You say that William Ruto is more suitable. It is a popularity contest where you lure people to your side. William Ruto can tell us about these projects he's doing. Like Edwin Sifuna says, and Fred Matiang'i, everybody else getting an opportunity will do that. That is the work of government. This money is not from Sugoi Farm. This money is from our taxes. You have to do that. But the creativity, like Honorable Wandeto said earlier, the businesses, the projects we are talking about, it is about lining up some people's pockets. It is not about the well-being of Kenyans. Focus right now should be around affordable and accessible healthcare, which we don't have.
We have a problem with healthcare, a very big problem. But our leaders are not seeing that. They're focusing on how can we get positions in 2027. Let me know what to think.